This is the real story. So these old Bill are just adding their little bits on. So now they're fabricating their little lies to fit their little scenario. But it's not the case. It's not the case. So basically, let's get a writing expert. Let's get a writing expert. And you produce this so-called statement that I wrote. I will bet you £1 million that it's not my handwriting, and it's not even anything to do with me. About he sat in a cell and wrote a statement. Like I said about Colton, Colton's gone over this computer thing, this podcast stuff, and said he's dead. And I've got a daughter out there that listened to it and stopped talking about me over your stupid podcast and saying, oh, he's dead. And my little girl's listening to it, yeah? And then he comes back on and says, oh no, my bad. What's that? Like, my bad, he's not dead, he's still alive. Who the f are you to say that? Could you say that to my face? 1,000,000% no. But to start off with, Shaun, he was a suspect. Just like they say I was a suspect, or like Jack and Mick was a suspect. You don't hear none of them talking about, yeah, Leah Bett's dad could have done it. He's got contacts with firearms, he's this, he's that, he's got his little crowd. Let's dig into that. I turn up at a pub one night, Sunday afternoon, about tea time, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I walk in the pub, I get a beer, I walk outside, I'm standing on the step, and then all I see is a big orange flash. So basically the geezer's jumped out from behind the wall, from the pub. He's come out the other bar, I'm standing this side. He's come out the other bar, come along the wall, jumped out at me, shot me there. I go down, shoots me again in the chest. I'm down, he puts a gun on my head, someone pulls his hand a bit, he pulls the trigger, it goes in my head and comes out my head. Straight up. So I got Mars bars everywhere through it. So now that, hold up a minute. It's time to step up a level. I'll set the record straight. If you want to listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't.
Huge thank you to you, the viewers, for helping us get to over 1 million subscribers. If you've not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Helps us get great guests and keep doing this hard-hitting content.
Before the podcast, there's a little Attwood family video showing the beautiful shutters we got from Shutters Factory, featuring baby Ziggy and Jen.
So on our channel, we talk about predators, stalkers, and we've moved away from the city to the countryside to get away from them. But it seems they follow us everywhere.
Oh no, not him again. Oh. Goodbye.
You can get a 10% discount on your order with Shutters Factory using promo code Shaun, SHAUN. Link is in the description box on YouTube. Thank you for supporting our sponsor.
All right, huge thank you to Billy Jasper for being with us today. Massive name in the Essex Boy case, but there's a lot of stuff been said about him in podcasts, documentaries, in the mainstream news, and it is all absolute BS. So Billy served decades. Like I said, we're honoured to have him here today to tell his story, and I think he's going to set the record straight on a few things as well. So huge thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem, Shaun. It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, when the bullshit gets a bit too much, when it's involving my kids and all that business, my daughter and all that, then I've got to sort of step up, you know what I mean? There's a few people out there that ain't got a clue what they're talking about. They're just surmising, and they're making money by chatting shit. You know what I mean? So I'm here, I'm going to set the record straight, and I just want all these people that are tapping into these podcasts done by these ex-old Bill. To like, why are you paying them to listen to bullshit? You know what I mean? So I'm here to tell you how it is.
How did all this start then, Billy? Whereabouts did you grow up?
I grew up in the East End, mate, Canning Town, proper rough area. And it was like, if you wanted something, you have to go and get it yourself. Tough life around there. It was a tough life. But it was a good life. You know what I mean? And it weren't one of them like, if you wanted something, you can just go and get it. You had to go and get it yourself, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was a good life. There's some good people around there, you know what I mean? And it's like, how can I put it about, it's like there's a load of idiots out there, Shaun, you know what I mean? And they're jumping on the bandwagon and they ain't got a clue what they're really talking about. So it's like, you know what, mate, I've had enough of it.
Well, you've lived it, and a lot of people are going to listen to this and hear your side.
Listen, I've been there. 23 years I've just done, you know what I mean? And they try to say, oh, he's a grass and all that. I've never heard so much bullshit in my life. Yeah, we'll come to it in a minute. But did I say about the Essex thing? Yeah, I did. But we'll come to that in a minute. But the problem is with it, these old Bill, because I was a criminal and I allegedly got away with stuff that I allegedly done, you know what I mean? These old Bill don't like you, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to set the record straight. And then see where they want to go from there, you know what I mean?
I mean, people are waking up to how much police corruption there is these days, and they'll just fit someone who's got a record, they'll fit them up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, listen, this old Bill geezer who's doing all the podcasts and all that, oh, what Billy Jasper said, it all fits in, blah, blah, blah. But listen, I've been a criminal all my life. You know what I mean? I could sit in a pub with someone and tell them I'm a fucking ballet dancer, and they'll believe it by the end of the night. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's true. It's true. It's like, oh yeah, but this fits that scenario. How did he take us to that area? And oh, it's a couple of fields over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's start about that sort of bit about it. My mother lives out in Essex. So coming back from my mother's, we go past, this is the God's honest truth, we go past Rettendon Station. But I knew about Rettendon Station, right? So when I go past, they got all the police tape off in the wood bit, you know what I mean, where they found the Range Rover, but a bit closer to the railway. So I sort of knew where it was. Anyway, cut a long story short, I get nicked, and it's not for robberies, because I didn't get nicked for the robberies till like 2001, you know what I mean? 2000.
Can you explain to the viewers what the robberies is?
Just armed robberies.
Yeah.
Armed robberies. If I wanted something, I'd go and take it. And because it's like I had history for firearms, shootings, I've been arrested for shootings, got not guilty for shootings, what they said I was supposed to have done, never done it. But so anyway, they got me in the police station and they're proper taking the piss out of me. This is the God's honest truth, and they're proper taking the piss out of me. So I thought, oh, you know what, I'll give you as a runaround. It's the truth. So anyway, geezer come, I said, listen, this is what I said, this is the God's honest truth. I said to the old Bill, I said, I think I was the driver. Think. I didn't say I was the driver. I said, I think I was the driver. So then their ears perk up and they think, you know, so then they get the murder squad from out here to come down. But I'm a criminal, you know what I mean? So as a criminal, my sort of criminal, you got to tell them what they want to hear. You know what I mean? Get their ears up, listen to them, bit of fish and chips. You know what I mean? It's like that. So anyway, they've come. I said, yeah, I think I was the driver. So they're going, yeah. So they must have checked who I was and all that business, guns, all that caper. And then, oh, can you show us where? So like I knew where the area was. This is the truth. So I said to the old bill, I said, drive towards the station, Rettendon Station, right? So as they're driving, they come to a roundabout and then I see a station sign. So I'm watching, yeah? I see the station sign, it says like 200 yards. So I didn't want to take them that way because it's a bit bait, you know what I mean? So I said, do a right here, do a left. So now I've got to get closest to that station, but from a different angle to what they're thinking, right? So anyway, going down the road and I went, yeah, do a left here. Do a left past the little flower place. Go down, do a little left and park by a gate. I see the gate as we're going. I said, stop by the gate. So they said, oh, you stopped here. I went, yeah. And then what happened? So I said, oh, my pal got out, got over the gate and disappeared. And then half an hour later, he come back, got in the car and I drove off. That was what was said. That was the actual said. Excuse me. And they said, well, who did you take? I said, my friend Bill. Yeah, me and Bill, we grew up since we was like 15. I've known him since I was 15. So he's a character. Like we've been nicked on a few things ourselves together, you know what I mean? So anyway, I've chucked his name in the hat like that. Oh. So, but now like, they're trying to say, well, what was it over and all that? And everyone knows what it was over, you know what I mean? They was trying, them three, well, them two, they bought a parcel of ash, allegedly. And it was shit. This is the real story, right? It was shit. So one of them's turned around and said, right, we're going to make out, we're going to buy some more stuff. And we're robbing. But the other two, who they said it was, supposed to have turned around and said, they've heard through the grapevine that they're going to rob him. So they said, all right, listen, we've got a plane coming in. As it goes over the field, we're going to throw the parcel out and we're going to pick the parcel up. This is where we're going to pick the parcel up. But it's turned around and said, like, they say one of the shooters, alleged shooters, whether they done it or not, we don't know. In the back seat behind the driver, got out of the car. One's hiding behind the tree, maybe two's hiding behind the tree, who knows. As the back door's open, he says, I'm going to open the gate. As he gets out, he leaves the back door open. The other, whoever comes from the tree, takes the driver out, takes the front passenger out, and allegedly another person has to do a certain person, you know what I mean? And they was took out the game. Like, God bless them, you know what I mean? And God bless their families. But that's the life it is, you know what I mean? So basically, this statement thing that I allegedly done to say about all these other people, it's because of this and it's because of that, it's so much shit. It is so far from the truth. They say, oh, I'm talking about Patsy Clark and his business as a criminal. I don't know nothing about his business. Do you know what I mean? They're just trying to put, you know how like we fit things in, make things fit? These old Bill make things fit.
Fact feeding.
Yeah, yeah. So they're just, it's like when we're kids, we get pumped in the head, oh, this is right, the world's round and all that business. So if people are listening to their shit that they're putting out, making money, you know what I mean? They've spent years trying to catch us, nick us. And now they're retired, they still want to make money off us. Do you know what I mean? And they're saying about Clark this, Clark that. I've never done business with Clark. I know him. Don't get me wrong, I know him. But I've never been in his company or know anything about his doings or wrongdoings or good doings, you know what I mean? So where they're trying to fit in, I've tried not to take any much notice of it, but then you got Colton coming on, making money. Oh, God bless him. If he wants to make money, make money. But don't bring me involved in your shit.
Yeah, a lot of people have watched that movie, The Rise of the Foot Soldier. What do you think of that?
Good film, that, isn't it? True film.
It's a very...
Very true, that. Wow. I mean, people got to make money, ain't they? So let's say this Dorman Colton, right? He's a nice guy. Like, I mean, I'm not going to sit and slag him off. But, like, be real, you know what I mean? Also, you got to bump the story up a bit and to sell films and get people to watch. But come on, mate, like, just tell it how it is. Don't have to, like, make out you're some sort of big underworld figure.
A big part of that story is the rave scene when it starts in the UK. And did that affect you?
Not affect. I was involved in it.
Yeah. Because it's like the whole country got swept up all of a sudden. That everything changed, didn't it? From
Money,
the nightclubs, people breaking into the warehouses.
Yeah, I don't think it's about the warehouses and all that. I think it was about the making of the money, selling the easy.
Yeah, totally.
That's where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy days.
Did you enjoy the music?
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Not now.
I think a lot of it was like Sasha was big back then, Carl Cox. On a lot of the flyers that we were getting up near Manchester and Liverpool, it was always Sasha, Carl Cox.
Yeah, the good old days.
So you must have been, you're a bit older than me, so you must have been around 20, was it, when the rave scene began?
No, what was it, 89, wasn't it? 89? 89, 90. Don't know. Yeah, about 20-odd, 20s.
Yeah. So what was life like for you at that age?
Ruthless.
That's robberies, was it?
Robberies, violence, shootings. Leading up to this, my life's been like a roller coaster, you know what I mean? I've got some good people around me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of the East End boys that are faces, as you would say,
yeah,
they still talk to me. All my old school friends who I grew up with, I still see them, I still talk to them, you know what I mean?
So was it growing up with them that influenced you to get involved in crime?
No, it was just natural.
Okay.
It was a natural thing.
Can you remember the very first crime you committed?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I nicked some socks out of a sweet shop.
Some socks?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it, yeah.
Do you remember the very first time you got arrested?
Nah, there's been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Hundreds of them?
Yeah, hundreds.
Wow.
I think the first serious, like, obviously, it's because what we used to do, we used to meet at snooker hall.
Yeah.
And then get in the cars and go out thieving, like lorry yards, and cut the side of them and just take all the shit, you know what I mean? Go and crash cash and carries.
Yeah.
Reverse through the wall and nick all the cigarettes and things like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, it's like, you nick a bubble gum, you nick something else, and then the next thing you know, you're walking around with a gun in your trousers.
Were guns easy to get back then?
Yeah, they're still easy, aren't they? They're still easy. It's whatever you want, you can get.
Yeah.
Someone knows someone who knows someone. If you're prepared to pay, you can get what you want.
And how did the drug scene affect you? Because that's my mate Wildman I was telling you about last night.
Oh, yeah.
And we started to take the X's and the Billy Whiz and all that stuff. And that kind of affected us.
I think we was more back then. It was more of a sniff sort of culture.
Yeah, the wife.
For our sort of thing, and like.
Yeah.
Then when you're going out and clubbing and all that, you might pop a knee or something like that. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
It was good old days. I'd say good old days.
Yeah.
But then it's like, and the violence comes into play, doesn't it? Around.
Yeah. Drugs
and friendship and it's like dog eat dog, isn't it? That's what it's like.
It just gets heavier and heavier, and you're sliding into it, aren't you?
But it is what it is, isn't it? So I've been nicked for my fair share of shootings.
Yeah. So prior to doing the 23 years then, how much time had you served?
Before that,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I would say another 20. No,
Another 20.
15, 17, something like that.
Wow, so that's so you've done 40 years.
Well, probably just under.
Bloody hell. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
And the first time you went into a prison,
I was a kid.
was that something that, you know, you knew everybody in there and it was okay for you, or was it hard?
No, it's part of life where I grew up.
Yeah,
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
exactly. Yeah,
That's it, isn't it? You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's like, if you need to get yourself some clothes or a new pair of shoes, where are you going to get the money from?
yeah,
Back in the day.
yeah,
So it's like, you got to go and commit crime to survive.
yeah. So you got accustomed to crime then. You was in and out and in and out. And then, you know, just to get a bit more detail of the events that led to, you know, what happened in the forest. How did you start to interact with that group of people?
I've known them years.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've known them years.
yeah,
And it's, how can I put it? It's like, you know, like some people, when you go in a pub and there'll be a couple of people, oh yeah, I bought a nice pair of shoes today, oh, I bought a nice dress today, and not me personally, a dress, but
yeah,
whatever. It ain't like that amongst criminals. Oh, did you hear about him last night? He shot so-and-so, he got shot, and it's like, oh yeah, carry on.
yeah,
It's nothing to certain people, but to other people, it's like, wow, did that really go down like that and all that?
yeah,
But it is what it is. You got to shoot someone, you shoot them, innit?
yeah. If you're enjoying the podcast, please support our sponsor, NordVPN. As many of you know, years ago, I clicked on a link in an email. It was a phishing scam and I lost my channel. And it took weeks to get it back. But you can be fully protected from phishing by NordVPN. In fact, loads of people are asking where can they watch my Sons of Ecstasy documentary. It's not available in the UK. Let's see, United States. There we go. Connecting to the United States. So Nord is the fastest VPN on the planet. So the scammers have got good at creating fake shops online. They take your money, they are gone. But with Nord's Threat Protection Pro, you are protected. Threat Protection Pro is blocking hundreds of millions of scam hits per year. Sometimes pop-up ads containing malware are a nightmare. You're trying to close them, then boop, you go right through. Threat Protection Pro removes these dangerous files from your device. You hear about all of these huge companies getting hacked. Well, if your data is on the dark web, NordVPN's Dark Web Monitor alerts you. You can get an exclusive NordVPN deal plus 4 months extra. Link in description box on YouTube. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Link on the screen, nordvpn.com/Attwood, A-T-T-Wood. Link in description box if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks for supporting our sponsor. Back to the podcast.
You know what I mean? But like, that was them, because I've got to be careful what I say, because obviously I just got out of a life sentence.
Yes.
I'm on life license. Probation, now I'm here
Yeah.
to say what I've got to say.
Yeah.
But I've got to be careful what I say.
Indeed. So going back to the main characters then, like when we've watched this movie, Rise of the Foot Soldier, we see these portrayals of like Pat Tate and these guys, you know, like,
Listen, a lot of people just say that they was just bullies.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They was just bullies. And a lot of people in what they say that in the criminal fraternity don't like people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, did they deserve to die? I don't know. You know what I mean? Did they deserve to get what they got? Some people say, yeah, they deserved it. Some people say, no, they didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But it's the people that done it, they must have had a good reason to do it. Because you just don't go and kill 3 people just for the sake of it.
No. There's always a reaction to some kind of action.
Yeah, of course. But then people say, yeah, they got their comeuppance. What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, if you've got to take someone, these people, whoever, if you're going to do something, don't just chat it. Don't just chat about you're going to do this, I'm going to do it. Just go and do it. You know what I mean?
Chatting's just going to get you in trouble because you're like...
Yeah, but like, these people, it's like, let's say, he's this, he's that. No one has ever come to my face and said to me, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm not trying to big myself up or anything like that. But they know what would happen. And since I've been out, I kept my mouth shut. Let them all have their little say, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to the crunch, it's a different kettle of fish. Because they chat a good rat. They make out these big bad man and all that, all the tattoos and all that. Just fucking steadhead bouncers that are chatting shit. You know what I mean? And like I said about Colton's gone over this computer thing, this podcast stuff, and said he's dead. And I've got a daughter out there that listened to it.
Said you're dead?
Yeah, put it over. And then when he's found out that I'm not, then he's apologised. You know what I mean? But it's like, these people, they need to start wising up a bit, because I've kept my mouth shut for nearly a year since I've been out of jail. But it's like, you know when you kick a dog so much, it'll end up biting you. Shit can happen easy, mate. Shit can happen easy.
Especially when people mess with people's families. I
And
think
it's a different level. It's a different level. You know what I mean? You can say what you like, but say it to me face. Don't try and make money and all that saying about he's this and he's that. I can actually say now, and on my heart, there's not one person on this planet that spent one night in a police station or in prison or anything, arrested, anything, down to me. There's not one person on the planet that could come forward and say, I got arrested because of him. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? And when I got shot 3 times, stomach, chest and head. So basically it's like...
Are you able to give a bit of background on that, what led up to getting shot, just for the viewers?
How can I put a bit of background? All right, listen, you know the old how it is. I'll tell you something. You tell that someone else my story, what I told you, and by the time it's gone from Tom, Dick to Harry, it's a big major thing. It's so different from what I said. So basically, I turn up at a pub one night, Sunday afternoon, about tea time, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I walk in the pub, I get a beer, I walk outside, I'm standing on the step, and then all I see is a big orange flash. So basically, the geezer's jumped out from behind the wall, from the pub. He's come out the other bar, I'm standing inside, he's come out the other bar, come along the wall, jumped out at me, shot me there. I go down, shoots me again in the chest. I'm down. He puts a gun on my head. Someone pulls his hand a bit. He pulls the trigger. It goes in my head and comes out of my head. Straight up. So I got Mars bars everywhere through it. So now that, hold up a minute. It's time to step up a level. So you replace that. You replace your little pen knife with a bigger knife, and then a bigger knife. And when you can't get no bigger knife, then you turn to firearms. So and that was a regular for me, firearm. A regular. Suited and booted with a 9mm in my waistband.
How close to death were you?
I was in intensive care for 2-3 days, I think. So basically, after I got shot, something else happened, and I got nicked for a shooting in Hastings. So I discharged myself from hospital after 10 days. Couldn't even walk. I was on crutches. So, but while I'm in hospital, this is the truth. While I'm in hospital, the old bill up, well, who shot you and all that. But I swear to God, obviously I knew, I see who shot, I knew who shot me, yeah? So basically this is the truth. Whether people believe it or not, I don't give a shit. But this is it. I'm in hospital, the old bill come up to me and say, so-and-so shot you. Now I'm on all sorts of morphine. I've got bullet holes everywhere. And they're saying to me, we know who shot you. Like, morphine and all that, yeah? So I said, well, who shot me? So they say a name, yeah? So I think, I don't know him. This is the truth. I said, I don't know him. I said, who told you that? So the old bill tell me, Mick the Mouth, who was in the pub at the same time, at the time, told the old bill on the sly. See, a lot of people don't know this, but everyone will know. People that matter will know Mick the Mouth. So he's the one who told the old bill who pulled the trigger. So when they've come to me and said this name, saying, why would this geezer shoot you? I said, I don't know why he shot me. Because the geezer that they're saying who it is, I know by a totally different name. So cut a long story short, the old bill have done all their own work and all that, but they've nicked the fella, this fella. But now I'm on crutches and everything. So in my head, I'm thinking, well, I need to build my strength up. Anyway, it goes, back in the day, it was like a magistrate's court. It's called an old style committal, where they show you the evidence and all that, whether to send you to Crown Court, blah, blah, blah. So I turn up at the old style committal, I go in there, and all the old bill were there thinking, like, it's a big turnout, they got the geezer for a big shooting and all that business. So they put me in the dock. So the prosecution stood up, I said, hold up a minute. I said, excuse me, I said, are you saying that's the geezer that shot me? Oh, we'll come to that in a minute. I said, so I looked at the magistrate, I said, well, look, let's not waste everyone's time. I said, are you saying that's the bloke that shot me? Yes, yes, yes. I said, well, it's not. So he went, what? I said, that ain't the geezer that shot me. He went, oh, hostile witness. So I said, hostile witness, Judge? I said, I'm the fucker that got shot. How can I be an hostile witness? Well, we're going to prosecute me fucking self. So anyway, cut a long story short, it's that, no, that ain't the geezer that shot me. So it's like they've done all, the old bill have done all this business and nothing's come of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, one, that's the old bill got the ump. Yeah. Two, I'll get nicked for a shooting in Hastings. They say I went in and out and shot a geezer 3-4 times. Not guilty. They got the ump with that. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like there's a few little other bits and bobs that have really, really pissed them off. You know what I mean? Then I got nicked for a shooting outside a nightclub in Bow. I got nicked for it. I think I shot him 3 or 4 times, something like that. But the old bill that nicked me. So now you think about it, right? This is how it used to work back in the day. So now I'm nicked for a shooting outside a nightclub. I'm in the police station, blah, blah, blah. So I say to the old bill that's nicked me, how much for a letter to the judge? So this is how it used to work back in the day. So they know what you're talking about. So they say, $5,000 each to old bill. So I say, I'll give you 8. So they say, we'll let you know. This is it. I swear on my mother and father's grave, let you know. So they come back about a week later and they say, yeah, we'll have that. So I arranged for a woman to go and give them £8,000. So this is how it works. So now they've got their £8,000. Then I go to Crown Court for sentencing. So what the old bill do, they put a letter into the judge on the sly saying, oh, we really need him to work with us. This is what you promised. You know what I'm saying? You'd swear that the Pope was 18 foot tall if it would have helped you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, anyway, so they're what was I saying?
You're playing the system, basically, with the letter to the judge.
Yeah, so basically what they do, the old bill, they put a letter into the judge on the sly. So the judge is sitting there and he's reading it out. He's a player in the criminal world, guns, firearms, shootings, blah, blah, blah. We think he can help us. Is it possible you can give him a lesser sentence so we can get him out quicker and he can help us and all that shit? Yeah, that's how it used to work. So the letter goes in and the judge gives me 4.5 years for shooting someone 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? Sweet. But that's how it was back then. And it's like, listen, put it this way, if I was a grass, yeah, I'll be worth a fucking fortune. I swear to God, I'll be worth a fortune. Half of London, most of the people who I've mixed with, criminals, armed robbers, shooters, murderers. If I was a grass, do you think they'd still be walking around? Come on, Sean.
So how old were you, Billy, when they picked you up for the big one?
What big one?
When you did your 23 years.
23 years ago. I was 30 odd.
30 odd. And what was going through your head at the time? And did you think it could possibly lead to, a big prison sentence, or were you thinking you would just?
It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Did you have any?
It's like if you're a plasterer, part of your downside is falling off a ladder, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a part of criminals.
Did you have legal representation at the time?
All the time.
Yeah. And what was your lawyer telling you?
Tough shit.
Really?
Yeah. Your solicitors tell you how it is. Like back in the day, you get solicitors. Even now, certain solicitors, you can say to them, "Yeah, I've done this, I've done that, I've done that. How are we going to get out of it?" You know what I mean? And they go about trying to get you out of it.
But you were fighting that case, and you must have thought you had the hope of getting off because you weren't.
So this is
you
what
weren't guilty.
So this is what happened. They nicked me for a couple of armed robberies. I think it was stupid armed robberies.
Yeah.
And they put me on an ID parade. So the best place to stand on an ID parade is number one. Because as they walk into the ID parade, their eyes are sort of drawn along the line and they're not taking much notice of number one. That's how it works. So anyway, cut a long story short, the witnesses, one of them couldn't pick me out and the other one said number 3, didn't pick me. So I thought, yeah, sweet, go back to the cell, yeah, never pick me out, all they can do about it. So basically, it's the solicitor comes to the window. All right. He went, nah. He said, I can't be your solicitor no more. I said, what do you mean you can't be my solicitor no more? He said, the old bill said, nah, they said 1 and 3. And he said, I was a witness. The witness said, never said number 1 and 3. He only said 3. So that's what you have to, that's how you know you're getting stitched up. You know what I mean? Certain things they know you do and they can't prove it. They get the ump over it big time. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't change it, I wouldn't change it. And it's like when Mick and Jack, the alleged killers for them boys, was coming up for parole. I think Jack got out 2021, 2022, something like that. And then they wouldn't let Mick out. But when Mick was coming up for parole, now you got all these people saying, well, it can't be them because my story is better than their story. You understand what I'm saying? So obviously they're saying they never done it and they're claiming compensation. So Mickey's coming up for parole. What happens? I turn up to probation 10 minutes late. 10 minutes. Oh, sorry, I'll give you a buzz later. He said, blah, blah, blah. Book another appointment. It was only 10 minutes. And I just left the probation hostel. It's not like I was gallivanting. I just come across the road. 6 o'clock in the morning, it was about 15 bill. Bang, 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 handcuffed, sent me back to prison for being 10 minutes late. And as a life sentence prisoner, you're not in there for like a couple of weeks. You're in there like a year, maybe more, just until you can get an hearing. And I was told through the grapevine is that the reason they done that, see, police, probation, courts, they're all in together. And I think what I was told is the reason they put me back is because Mick was coming up for parole. And they didn't want people coming to interview me to say, do you believe that they done it and all that business? So they got me out of the way while his parole was coming up. So they put me in Belmarsh. It's God's honest truth. So I'm in the cell, single cell. So the screws open the door. He went, how comes you're in a single cell, mate? I said, because I am, mate. He went, oh, what, are you special and all that? Because it's hard work getting a single cell. I said, no, mate. So he shut the door. About 2 hours later, he's come back, opened the door. He went, Essex murders. This is a screw. And I've just come to the jail. He went, Essex murders. So I said, yeah, what about it? He said, did you do it? I said, what are you talking about, did I do it? Why the f*** are you asking me? I don't know you. Out of the blue. So he went, well, did you do it? Is it true and all that? But now I'm thinking, who sent him to come and ask that question? You know what I mean? So basically, I got out. I went to see one of the top screws, like they call them SOs and POs and all that. I went to see him. I said, look, one of your f***ing officers just asking me about a triple murder. Was I involved? Listen, we've been about an hour. I was on a bus, gone. It's the truth, yeah. It's the power. It's what these people can do, you know. I tell you, they are like powerful people.
So, what do you think of Mick and Jack's cases?
Do you know what? Listen, it's free. It's free, right? It's free. It's Jack and Mick, me, and there's a third one. And the third one is Leah Betts's dad. Now, if these police, ex-police, are doing these programs, Mick and Jack, Jasper, and Leah Betts' dad. So why ain't they talking about the three? Why is it just Jack, Mick, and me? Why ain't they talking about the old Bill? Flying squad. When they go to arrest someone, they call armed police, didn't they, to back them up? But who's his friend on the armed police? Leah Betts' dad. So now that's why they're not sitting there saying, well, it could be this, it could be that, or it could be that. Why don't they say that? See, rumour had it. Could be just a rumour, it could be true. Old Bill started selling two of the three who got killed, Tucker and Tate, were selling them drugs. What they've claimed of people, go and deal with that. They pull up, they say to him, hold up a minute, got another parcel for you, follow us. They follow him down the lane, moody trade. Leah Betts' dad comes out because she died, allegedly supplied from them two, Tate and Tucker, because they got the blame for her death. He was still old Bill, armed old Bill, special unit, and they go and take him out because of her death. But you don't hear them saying that. But that is part of the case. Why don't you see all these people that's on, oh, let's just blame the criminals. Let's not blame our own. Once a copper, always a copper. Once a criminal, always a criminal. I still think like a criminal. I go past vans and my eyes twitch and I'm still weighing it up. But that's the way it is. But these other people, mate, they're just jokers.
Just to explain that then a little bit for the international viewers. So Leah Betts, tragically, young girl, died. I think it was at Raquel's, was it?
Yeah, basically what they're saying, Tate and Tucker were supplying the club with ecstasy, and she allegedly bought or was given an ecstasy from their dealers or whatever they call it, you know what I mean? Wherever she got it from, they say it come from them two, allegedly down the line, you know what I mean? So no one looks at that side of things. Do Old Bill take people out? Plenty of history about Old Bill taking people out. You know what I mean? And could it be true? It could be true. But why ain't they talking about it? Why ain't they putting it out there? Could it be someone else? It could be anybody. No one knows. Come on, listen, let's be realistic. If I committed 3 murders, if you want to go in a police station and go, I think that was me. You know, you don't do that, do you?
Mm-hmm.
And it really bugs me, mate. It really bugs me.
Yeah, so, I've written extensively about the war on drugs in America, and there's a huge profit incentive for the cops when they're doing these busts to just hand in a little bit of the cash or hand in a little bit of the substance.
It happens.
And then just recycle it to someone they're working with. You've even got prosecutors in America. They'll allow one guy to be dealing it, and they're arresting all the competition.
Yeah,
and giving it all to him.
Yeah, that's what they do. It's the same over here. It's the same over here.
And people think the police.
Everyone's out burgling houses, right? Nice house out in the sticks and all that bit. They get in, and they creep ways in. They creep in his house. They get in his house and they creep, and they're going through the bedroom, and they put a suitcase, a briefcase, from out under the bed, and he takes it. And he's going down the road about 3 o'clock in the morning, walking down the road like a crackhead, smoking, just looking for a bit of change. He gets stopped. This is true. He gets stopped. And there's 2 kilos of cocaine in the briefcase. So now the geezer only thinks he's a soppy burglar. Now they got him in the police station for 2 kilos of cocaine in a briefcase. Nah, that's not mine. I just burgled that house. I took that out from under the bed, blah, blah, blah. Whose house was it? Chief Inspector's. Straight up.
Wow. And nothing ever happens to them, does it?
Nothing happens to them. Oh, I'm retiring on ill health. You know what I mean?
The Sicilian flu.
You know what I mean? I've caught COVID, I've got to retire. It's true, yeah, 2 kilos from under his bed.
Yeah.
He said, well, we got, you learn an elbow gang, yeah, we got 2 kilos, we found it. He said, no, I burgled the house, I got it out of the house.
Yeah.
And it's achievement. What do you mean, got it out of my house? It ain't nothing doing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how corrupt, they're corrupt, mate.
Yeah, so the Leah Betts, the tragic death, it became a huge case in this country. It's rare people die off the disco biscuits. And there was a lot of changes made in government policy because she was a policeman's daughter. And we've also got Sasha, who was a barmaid at Raquel's the night Leah Betts died. We're going to be filming with Sasha as well, so look out for that podcast too. So did you have a trial over this case?
Over what case?
Or when you got the 23 years, did you have to go to trial?
Yeah.
What was that like going to trial?
It's nothing. If you're a criminal, you got to take the rough with the smooth. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you got to go with the rough and you got to go with the smooth.
And that's a more admirable attitude than people who say, Oh, they fitted me up, and I got sent down. I hadn't done it, but they've done loads of other things.
Yeah.
But you're taking responsibility. You're saying basically it's your karma that you had to,
Listen, even if I got caught for something I've done, and I know they got me by the balls, I go guilty, because going guilty, they got you.
Yeah.
But by going guilty, you get a third off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, do I fight it? Have I got to? No, I ain't got no chance on this one.
Yeah.
So we throw a guilty plea and bit of mitigation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and all that business. And hopefully you get a little bit extra off.
But on this one, you wasn't guilty, so you must have thought you had a fighting chance at trial.
Yeah, but listen, they found me guilty, mate. They found me guilty like within. So basically, this is what they done to me, right? This is what they done. So I'm at court, and the trial started. So 2 days into the trial, they stopped the trial. So I'm nicked for a robbery. So they stop the trial. So they go downstairs for dinner time out in themselves. As soon as it comes down, he says, they're charging you another charge. So I said, yeah, what's that then? Charge of a firearm. So I said, like, what? Why? So he said, they got their reasons, what we think and all that. So I go back upstairs. Geezer stands up. Judge, we're submitting another charge of a separate charge of a firearm. So by them charging me with a separate charge of a firearm, it brings in the automatic 2-strike life sentence. So that's how they got me, just by doing. So they've worked out the law. So instead of saying, oh, yeah, Judge, he's committed this robbery and he had a gun in his possession, that's not a charge of a gun. So by them giving me one separate charge of a firearm, that brings in the 2-strike law, so they can life me off. So they give me a 6-year tariff. So that means like after 6 years, I can get parole, good behaviour and all that shit. 23 years later, I'm still struggling to get out.
What was happening when you went to parole? It was just knockbacks.
Knockback. And then the authorities on the outside didn't give a shit. Obviously, because on the system, they got me down as like absolute crazy. But when I talk to people, I'm a nice person, you know what I mean? It's like when I go probation and talk nice to them and all that and respectful, they look at you like you're an alien. So I say to him, what's the matter? He said, you're nothing like what's wrote about you. But I can be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a nice person, respectful person. But I'm not an idiot. Far from an idiot. And I know where I would go. Would I go to full hog? Yeah, of course. Been there, done it. It ain't new to me. So it's not like, oh, what am I going to... I mean, it comes naturally to do someone. It's not, people think, oh, what goes through your head and all that when you're shooting someone. Just the thing that goes through your head is, have I got a good aim? You know what I mean? If you're going to shoot someone, shoot them. Don't like chat about, yeah, you're a gangster and I'm a bad man, he's a bad man and he's done this and he's done this. I see someone on there the other day. And like to big himself, it was funny, to big himself out, he said, yeah, when these murders happen, these Essex murders, I sort of had to keep quiet because I was involved in another couple of murders. Oh, but no, I wasn't really involved. It was some of the doormen that was working for me. And I'm sitting there thinking, you firm are so full of shit. You know what I mean? They talk a good row, but when it comes to the crunch, they can't. They ain't got the balls. You know what I mean? And they might, if they got a bit of dough, they might pay someone and all that to go and do a little bit of dirty work.
Sounds like they don't know when to keep their mouth shut.
But now when you're putting it over the old podcast thing that he's dead and my daughter's listening to it, And it's like, then something has to be done, doesn't it?
You got to set the record straight if it's affecting your family. It's otherwise it just builds up, doesn't it? Against
but
you?
that's dangerous with me. When I build it up, and then I tell myself, just go and do what you got to do.
Well, hopefully this is letting the pressure out the system.
Yeah, listen, I don't care. I'm just telling how it is. If people don't want to believe it, they don't want to believe it. But it is what it is. It's the truth. And basically, what I'm saying to the people out there, don't listen to all the bullshit that is going around. This was happened, and there was a print of a trainer, and then there was this. Have you heard page 160 or whatever it is? And I'm sitting there thinking, are you fucking real? You're making all this money. Excuse me, you're making all this money chatting shit, and it's not even the truth. It ain't. So you've got to. Yeah, it's like I'm sort of retired, Shaun, to tell you the truth.
Good.
But it's easy to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's just.
You've always got that in you, but don't let these people get on these skin.
Listen, it don't worry me, because it's like I got in a car the other day. Well, say the other day, about a few months ago, and my pal said to me, "I see so and so yesterday. He said you was the grass." So I said, "Oh yeah, sweet." About 3 days later, I see the geezer. He went, "All right, Bill, where are you?" and all that. A few days later, he's giving it the large. A few days earlier, he's giving it the large. You know what I mean?
Because they won't say it to your face.
And they won't say it to my face because they know they get f***ed up big time. You know what I mean? I'm not an idiot. I'm a proper, respectful, nice person. No, I respect people. You know what I mean? But use people out there, don't take me for an idiot.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm so far from an idiot, and that's what's pissing me off. Because I could put a stop to it straight away, my way. But I'm trying it a different way. You either stop your noise and stop chatting shit, or me and you talk. And they won't want to talk how I talk. So, boys, you take that whatever way you like.
So how long did the trial last, and how long was the jury deliberations?
What, for my case?
Yeah.
About 3 hours.
Did the cops just get up there and just say bad thing after bad thing?
Yeah. It's a joke. And then your history comes out. Do you know what? Like, I'd say 95% of the time, the judge already knows what's going to happen. Straight away, the judge already knows what's going to happen. And it's all.
Was the judge saying things that influenced the jury against you?
No, not really. It's just like how they sort of put it across. This witness, they feared for their safety. Every time someone walks towards them with their hand in their pocket, they have a panic attack because they don't know whether they're going to pull a gun out and all this. And then your history comes out, your previous history for firearms.
So they're allowed to bring all that in?
Yeah, they slip it in, mate. They slip it in.
Yeah, it's a bit different in America. I think in some cases they can't bring that history in. It's just got to be the case. Yeah. So all the cops got up then. And was there any other witnesses against you?
No. There was CCTV like that of a face, and they got me on facial mapping.
And was that just a crocker?
But it's hard to. Do you know what? It's hard to explain my history lifestyle. You know what I mean? To people that don't really know about that lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's like it was proper heavy lifestyle. Dangerous lifestyle. Dangerous.
So I found the worst part for me was being unsentenced. I was unsentenced for 26 months. if you're facing a big sentence, you're stressing out every night, what am I going to get, what am I going to get? But once you're sentenced to a set sentence, there's a sense of relief.
Yeah.
So when I got sentenced to 9.5 years, I knew when
you was getting
yeah,
out.
exactly. It was one of the happiest, days.
So imagine you're doing a sentence and you ain't got a date of release, and 23 years later, you still ain't got a date of release.
That would have driven me insane.
Yeah, listen, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Absolute crazy.
How did you stay sane through all that?
But it's like I said to you, it's like, bless anyone who's took their life in prison, you know what I mean? But with a sentence like that, you either just do it or kill yourself. That's the only options. And I wouldn't let the system beat me. It beat me. Of course it beat me. You can't beat the system. But I wouldn't show that it beat me. You know what I mean? Just keep smiling, mate. That's all you got to do, keep smiling.
Once you got sentenced, where did they send you?
They sent me Cat A. I was Cat A. They put me in Pentonville, and then they moved me to Belmarsh.
What was Pentonville like?
It's nasty. It's dirty. It's dirty. It's nasty. It's dirty. Gang wars, postcode wars, people getting slice and dice on the exercise yards.
So was that in the 90s then when you went into that one?
No, this is in the 2000s.
2000s. So it was postcode wars, just the gangs. Yeah.
Kids.
Has it just flooded with drugs as well by then?
Yeah, but listen, the screws are the suppliers.
Yeah.
Listen, you might go on a visit and you might stick something up your backside, a little bit of puff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But these screws, I've seen it. I've seen screws, carrier bags full of drugs. I was sitting in someone's cell. It was a face, big face from South London. I won't say his name, big face. And the screw walked in his cell and gave him a bag of sugar, a 2-pound bag of sugar, full up with everything. From top to bottom, glued back down, full up with everything.
Yeah, we interviewed an ex-officer and he was bringing in up to 3 packages a day and getting £500 per package.
Easy. I was in Wandsworth on a stopover, and because I was talking to a few of the lads, geezer's come in my cell. He said, "Look, I know you know the boys and all that." He said, "I'll bring anything in you want, 500 quid." So I went, "All right, mate, I'll keep that in mind." 2 minutes. Listen, it weren't even 5 minutes. A black screw's come in. I know he charges 5. I'll do it for 4. That's what it's like. 100%. That's what it's like.
Wow.
That's what it's like.
Having a bidding war to bring it in for you.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I was in Allfield, Bristol. 3 years I was in there, and I was a cleaner on the wing, and this geezer used to come over and pick people up to take them to work, like a civvy, but work for the prison. I used to talk to him, all right, how you doing, mate? But anyway, a few months later, he's come up to me, went, "Here, mate, can you get us any subby techs?" I said, "Look at him, he's a fucking civilian, he works for the prison." I said, "What subby techs for?" He said, "I feel a bit rough, blah, blah, blah." Anyway, got him a bit of subby text. And what he was doing, every Monday, he'd come through the gate with his 2 pints of milk and his cereal box. And in the cereal box was like kilos of, might have been like 8-9 ounces of 10 phones. And yeah, and he got caught, got 3 years. Mad, isn't it? 3 years for that, for supplying HMP.
Just to explain to the viewers then, Billy's been in 40 different UK prisons.
Yeah, easy, 40.
Which is mind-blowing.
All over the country.
So, which was the worst ones?
For what? For what sort of...
Like conditions, foods, cockroaches, rats, violence?
Pentonville was worse for cockroaches.
Was it?
Yeah, millions of them. You come out in the morning and there's thousands of them.
Did they get on you when you're trying to sleep?
No, because what you do, you block the door up so they can't get in.
Yeah.
They can't get in under the door, and you do it on the... If you're 4 floors up,
yeah,
put a bit of bread out on your window, go back an hour later, be smothered with cockroaches.
We had like breeze blocks and cracks, and they would just come through the cracks.
Yeah.
So we used toothpaste to cement all the cracks.
Yeah.
But they'd line up at night, you'd see them like...
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
And it's like, food-wise, it's like, obviously you cook in your kettle, So that's your saucepan, your kettle. You cook your kettle.
And that's Cat A, isn't it? Because in Cat A in
No,
America.
Cat A, back in the day, used to have cookers. So you'd be in there doing your cooking and all that.
So in America, it's the opposite. The highest security is Supermax, and they don't get out of their cells. They don't get anything. But you got access to stuff in the Cat A in the UK.
But it's mad. It's like you can go in the office with your ID card and there'd be like a cabinet on the wall.
Yeah.
And there's big daggers, big off knives. You know, all right, Gov, there's my ID. Gives that big veg knife. And it's like that.
Yeah.
And you're walking around the wing with it back to the kitchen to do your chopping and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you see people get damaged by weapons?
Listen, I've seen 3 murders.
3 murders?
3 murders.
What were they over?
I've seen one get killed with a pair of barber scissors for a matchbox full of yeast. No, like yeast. They nick the yeast out the kitchen, what they use for baking, and that makes you drink your alcohol.
Hooch.
So he stabbed him with a pair of barber scissors. He died. And then I was in Gartree. And every Christmas they do like a Christmas card shop. So you're making your cards, cut a card, and they've got big scissors like that. No, like big card scissors. No, like a pair of tailor scissors, big ones. And there's this little geezer, but this big geezer keeps bullying him every day. Yeah, you little idiot, and all that. Anyway, big geezer, sitting at the table. The little geezer comes in, goes to the hatch to sign out his tools, what he's going to use. He's got a pair of scissors like that. He's opened them up so they're like that with a big pointing. The sharp bit, the pointed bit. Walked up behind him and just stuck it straight through the top of his head. Ooh. He went like that, he moved a bit like that, and all of a sudden he just hit the table, brown bread. The other one got done with a screwdriver in the back, big electrical screwdriver.
What was that over?
Not saying hello to someone in the morning.
It's just like that, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's what Cat A's are like. See, when they open up in the morning, you walk out. So you walked out of your door, I walked out of my door, and I went, all right, Shaun. And you never said, all right. Then it's on. Why? And he said, hello, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Then
yeah.
That's how it starts, a lot of it.
I see it in America. They're like, what are you looking at? Nothing. You calling me nothing? Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Did anyone try and make any moves on you?
Not really. I've had a few scuffles and all that business. Nothing reasonable for them to keep me 23 years. No major disciplinary action or anything like that. No fighting, no assaults, no this, no that. But I've still done 23 years. And the reason I've done 23 years is because of my history. Not my crime that I've done. It's my history.
And you settled into a routine, I imagine.
Yeah, my routine.
What was it?
I didn't give a shit, bro. Yeah. I didn't give a shit. I still don't give a shit.
And did they try and put cellmates with you in the beginning?
In the beginning, yeah, in the beginning. And then what happened was, I was in a double cell, but as a single cell. And the screw come to me. He said, "Bill, do us a favour." He said, "I've got this geezer. He's a bit, what's his name? Can you put him in with you for a couple of nights?" So I said, "Yeah, all right." So they put him in with me. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, I've heard all noise, and I'm proper tidy and OCD'd up around the cell. So I could hear things falling on the floor. And he's laying, I've turned the light on, he's laying on the bed with oranges and apples and all that. And throwing it all around myself.
That's totally disrespectful to the
cell.
cell.
I said, "Bruv, you're out of here." He said, "What do you mean I'm out of here?" I said, "You're out of here." So I got off the bed, pressed the button. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. So the screws come. He said, "What's that?" I said, "Get this out of here, I'll weigh him in." "Yeah, we'll have to do it in the morning." I said, "You won't do it in the morning." So I'm talking to the screw, arguing with the screw. Now I've got this geezer behind me saying, "Well, I ain't going no more. What are you going to do about it?" So I said, "Turn around." I said, "Listen, bruv, you're leaving." So he threw a punch at me, but because I used to box, it's like you get the distance, didn't you? So you can he swung the punch and that was it. That was his last punch. So anyway, the screws, anyway, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I bashed him, threw him out, screws went out the door, threw him out, 4 o'clock in the morning. But I get nicked for it. like, what's the name? And because of your violent history, you commit a bit of violence in jail, they want to bring the police in.
No.
So now I'm doing a life sentence and I'm in Bristol, and they go on adjudication. They say, police investigation. I thought, yeah, all right, whatever, I don't give a shit. Back to your cell. And all that. Anyway, the police come up to interview me. So I've gone in the room, sitting down. He's undone his satchel, zipped. So this is exactly what he'd done. Undone his satchel, pulled out a boxing mag. He went, there's a boxing mag for you. And he said, the geezer that you chinned is our local burglar. He's been burgling all old ladies' houses, all old people's houses. Well done. No further action. See you later. Keep the mag. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, what piece of piece of shit in there.
It's the best thing is to have your own cell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was the times when they also tried to put a cellmate in with you?
No, it never happened after that.
Good. Yeah. And what about the food? Did you have the food that they served, or did you buy food from the store?
You buy your tunas and your onions and all that, and there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So you get your little hotel kettle. You know, the kettle it's got a flat bottom in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's your saucepan. So you do your cooking in that. In these, yeah. Some of the best curries you could ever come out of kettle.
So when you were at the Old Bailey,
Yeah. So there's how can I put it? There's a few ways of looking at my statement, what I've done. Yeah. So basically, if someone's nicked, the Old Bill take all statements from wherever, and the ones that the Old Bill use will only help the Old Bill.
cherry picking.
But the ones that they don't want to use, they still have to submit it to the defence. So now, my statement goes to Jack and Mick defence. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, it's called unused material. So I knew that they would get it. You understand what I'm saying? And once they get it, they can use it. Well, hold up a minute. Why didn't you submit this to us before and all that? Well, it's not nothing to do with it is something to do with the case. So anyway, so they've got the statement now, Mick and Jack. And they call me as a defence witness to the Old Bailey. Go to the Old Bailey. I'm in jail. So that all of a sudden in the morning, boss, they come. You're going to the Old Bailey. They, what are you talking about going to the Old Bailey? I ain't got no more. Oh, it's the Essex murder shit. And all that. Oh, here we go again. So basically, the statement that I've done goes to do with the case. Unused material. So I know that they're going to get this unused material. So once they've got this unused material, they can use it. It's their choice. So now they call me from jail as a defence witness because I know that they've got the unused material. So by them getting the unused material with my statement, by me talking about it at the Bailey, if there's doubt, there's no conviction. If there's no doubt, if there's a little bit of doubt, oh, is his story true or is his story true? Blah, blah, blah. So you can look at it that way. Did he make the statement for Jack and Mick originally to help them at the end of it by putting doubt in the jury's mind? So basically, when they wrote the book Essex Boys, I can't remember, it was either Tate or Tucker's family was there, and when they give me evidence for the defence in the book Essex Boys, it says that their family was nervous because of the story that I told could have got them off. And their family thought that they was going to get her not guilty because I'd put so much bit of doubt. If there's doubt, there's not a conviction. So it could be for that as well. It's whatever way you look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's lots of ways of looking at it. But the old bill have added so much shit onto what was actually said. Yeah? So basically, the shootings and all that I've got off, and the robberies and all that they couldn't get me on, and firearms and all that, and stitching the old bill up in the way. So now, as a criminal, you don't think about the victims at that time in life. You don't think about the victims' families or whatever. You're a criminal. These people allegedly committed a criminal act. So hold up a minute. If I can do them a favour by them using that statement, I'm a criminal. So I'm going to turn up, even though I didn't have no choice, I still turn up. I could have said like blah, blah, blah. I still turned up and said, yeah, I think. I've never, ever said that I was the driver. I said, I think I was the driver to get the story going. You know what I mean? And once you've got these old Bill on hook, as a criminal, it's easy to make them believe thinking criminally, because that's what they're used to hearing, criminal activities. So if you can make the picture fit, you understand what I'm saying? If you can make, listen, I could sell ice to an Eskimo. You just got to make this little story fit the bigger picture. You know what I mean? And it's like they're saying, yeah, this and that, and here the real. Listen, I can guarantee you 1,000,000%. I'll challenge anybody out there, police, anyone. The statements that these podcasts are doing, where they're saying this is Jasper's interview, absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Never happened. So when I don't even listen to it on podcasts, yeah, but sometimes I'm about and I put it on. And I say, oh, this is Jasper's stuff. And you hear someone talking like it's a police interview. That's not me. So what they're doing, they're getting these actors in and all this to like, but oh, is that him talking? And then, but it's not me. 100%. Listen, I swear on my mother and father's grave, it's not me. And people like me, you don't say that unless it's the truth. Otherwise, I'll tell you, yeah, I was there. I shot him. And what can you do about it? But it's not the truth. So it's like, how can I put it without? So where was I?
I was watching one of those this morning after speaking to you last night, where they got the ex-cop, and then and they make it sound really convincing, like I'm an authority, and Billy Jasper said this, and
oh yeah. So listen. So anyway, this other codger sitting there, he's sitting there, and they're rabbiting off. He went, yeah, I've got the statement here. Billy Jasper, he sat in his cell and he wrote this statement. In his cell, he wrote this. Listen, I am the most uneducated reading. I can read, and what's the name? But listen, I could just about write 2-3 lines, let alone sit there. Sit there and write a statement in myself and say, yeah, have some of that. That these people you're getting talking, that it's supposed to be me saying, yeah, well, it was, I was going down. It is so, listen, it's laughable. And when I've said to people, I said, listen, proper listen to it, how it's talking. It's not a police interview. It's nothing like a police interview. You get like a few, it was, is so far from the truth, Sean, you know what I mean? And it's like, and it's sort of like really pisses me off because they're old Bill, Sean. Once old Bill, always old Bill. So how can you listen? Like, I mean, they spent their lifetime, they've spent their whole career nicking people like me. Now they're retired, they still want to make money off of criminals. It's outrageous. And the people that are sitting listening to it, they're fucking idiots. You know, they are proper idiots. How can you listen to old Bill chatting shit about criminals just to make a few quid? But the lies they're telling, you know what I mean? It's like if you're an horse rider, yeah, I used to ride horses. Yeah, but I won the Grand National, I done this. It's bullshit, isn't it? You know what I mean?
They're trying to get the hustle on, but they're still pushing that false narrative.
As in?
You know, about the cops are the good guys. Because, James, you had a question, didn't you, about the role of the cops in this case?
Yeah, you mentioned about Leah Betts' father maybe being a possible suspect.
But he was a suspect to start. I'm not saying he's a suspect. Everybody knows that he was a suspect to start off with.
And did they investigate it?
Oh, come on, mate. He's a fucking police officer. He's a police officer. So, do you know what? Listen. It's hard for people to fathom. Yeah, but he's a police officer. They don't do things like that. Oh, hold up a minute. They fucking do. They 100% do. You know what I mean? So, but they're all listen. So Leah Betts' dad is a tactical firearms police officer. Any armed robberies that the old Bill know about that are going to happen, he would be summoned as part of a squad to arrest that person. Whether they've been told, let's just shoot him on the pavement, which they've done many a times, without even someone having a firearm, they just shoot you. Because that's how it is. It's like they're a firm. So why ain't these people? So it's Mick Steele, Jack Williams. Excuse me. What about Jasper? He's a violent character. Got previous for shootings. Got previous for guns. Oh, he fits the bill. So there's it. But hold up a minute. But there's a third person. An inquiry. It's Leah Betts' dad, who is friends with the other top old Bill. So why ain't they sitting there talking about that side of it? Oh, let's just talk about the criminals. Let's not put it back on the police, as if the police don't get up to shit like that.
And has anything come to light in the public that might say that he was more involved than we know about?
All right, so listen, there's three scenarios. Jack and Mick, me, and old Bill. Mick and Jack are saying it ain't them. I weren't there. So at least one. Why ain't that? And you get these old Bill, they say, yeah, but if the police was to listen to what Jasper said and realise he's this and he's that and he's supposed to be this fire, all this, why are they saying all that? Why ain't they saying the same about the third lot? You know what I mean?
Seeing the police for years afterwards, after the murders.
What?
Leah Betts' dad, was he a serving police officer for years after the murders? So
Well, that I couldn't tell you.
Right.
That I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, 'cause it's plausible, isn't it?
And that's why it'll never
If
officially...
someone, listen, if someone killed your daughter, yeah, and you knew it was, or you knew it was responsible, but the police couldn't do f*** about it, what would you do?
Yeah, you'd want revenge.
You've answered my question. You've answered my question. Anybody's daughter, whether it be the mum, the dad, the aunt, the uncle, someone killed your kid, who or was responsible for killing your kid, you'd want revenge. And he's got more reason to do it than a few £1,000 for a dodgy drug deal, if that was the case.
And the resources.
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm not sitting here just saying, yeah, it's not me, it's not Jack, it's not that. I'm saying, why haven't they, or why ain't they now still talking about the third party, which is Leah Betts' dad, who was a serving armed police officer. Come on, mate, it's wrong. It's wrong. Forget about the police. We'll just go with the criminals. But to start off with, Shaun, he was a suspect. Just like they say I was a suspect, or like Jack and Mick was a suspect. You don't hear none of them talking about, yeah, Leah Betts' dad could have done it. He's got contacts with firearms. He's this, he's that. He's got his little crowd. Let's dig into that. Not just keep saying, oh, the criminals. But the old Bill are worse than the criminals because they got a licence to do it. And they're all friends with the higher up old Bill. So it's like, oh, I've got an investigation going here about so-and-so. Oh, no, he's all right, he's my mate. Let's throw it under the rug. It happens.
Wasn't there a few other big cases out of Essex that were quite famous where they think the guys got set up for murder? What was the farmhouse one? Bamba.
Yeah, Bamba.
Are you familiar with that case?
Yeah, I was in jail with him.
What do you think about him?
His game. I've seen him in Dispersal. Yeah, he ain't an idiot. He sticks up for himself.
Do you think he's innocent?
I don't know, you know.
But it's possible with all the corruption you've described.
It's like I can tell a story and make it fit. It'd be a complete load of bullshit, but it'd fit the scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they all got done at White House Farm and all that business, and Jeremy was the only survivor. He's got to be it. It can't be the sister doing it, and then mental health, and then killing herself. It's got to be him. But then they're not going to prosecute the sister because she's already dead. So let's prosecute him. He's alive. Let's sweep this. Let's get rid of this one quick. He's acting strange. He's smiling at the funeral, and he's saying hello to people with a grin on his face, and he's going on holiday. He wants to go on holiday. Does that make you a killer? It don't, does it? But listen, there's loads of people. I've seen people inside for like 17, 20 years, and then they get out on appeal because the DNA it's different DNA. And then they tell you, we've had you 20 odd years. We know you're innocent now. We're sorry, but you ain't getting no compensation.
Yeah, it costs like, I don't know, $50 to $200 to do the test in America. And they won't even pay the test because they know if they get found not guilty, they got to pay millions. So they just keep them in rather than pay them.
Oh, it's mad.
So corrupt.
I see one in America where a geezer had an accident, and he's in the ambulance in America, and they've done something to him with a medical equipment, and then that was it. He's gone on his way. But then there's a murder, yeah. So someone's been shot, and the ambulance people are trying to work on him, and the same thing what they've had on his finger, they've used on the victim's finger. So his DNA is transferred from that something to them, and they arrested him for murder because his DNA has come from the ambulance, and all. Took years to get the geezer out.
They've busted DNA labs in America, calling the prosecutors and saying, "What result do you want?"
Yeah. Come on, mate, it happens. It happens. It calls, bro.
So as you were getting through your sentence, then you're getting all those knockbacks and stuff. Does there just come a point where you give up hope, or every year you're going back and you're thinking, "Come on"?
how can you put it? It's like, you know what the system's doing to you.
Yeah.
You can't beat the system, so you just got to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you come to a point where, you know what, I don't give a anymore. Do what you got to do. There's nothing the system can do to me that ain't already been done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like in Shawshank Redemption.
It's like, yeah, we're going to punish. Well, hold up a minute. How the you going to punish me? I'm doing a life sentence. I'm in prison. Well, you can't put me in prison because I'm already in prison.
Yeah.
So what can you do to me that ain't already been done? You know what I mean? So
what is it? You got to show remorse. You got to do the courses. Is it that kind of stuff?
Listen, see them courses.
Yeah.
Courses ain't worth 2 bob. They're not worth 2 bob. Listen, a 12-year-old could go on one of them courses and tell them what they want to hear and get a good report. So basically they say, well, where was your head at when you come in and where's your head at now? What's different? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you turn around and say, yeah, I've done 23 years. So listen, I'm 15, 16 years over my tariff. Over. Don't you think it's time to let me out? So then they give you a probation officer. And it takes a probation officer 2 years to write a report. So you keep going for parole and the judge, because you have to have a judge. As a lifer, you have to have like a judge, proper judge. And they say, well, where's the report? They've been waiting 2 years, so where's the report? Oh, there ain't no report. Adjourn. See you later. Then we wait another 4 months, go back. Where's the report? Still not there. 3 months later, go back. Where's the report? Still not there. So that's like, it's coming up to a year again, 3 years, and you're only supposed to wait 2 for a knockback. And there's no paperwork. So the judge and my solicitor had to summon the chief executive of the probation service in London to a meeting at the Home Office to say, why are you doing what's being done? Is there more to it than just forgetting to do two pages of A4? Does it take 12 months to do 2 pages? They've told me I've got a probation officer when I'm going for a parole. So I phoned him and said, listen, where's this probation officer? It took me 3 months to get hold of this probation officer. I said, listen, I've been told you're my probation officer. He said, no, I'm not your probation officer. I only work 2 days a week and all I do is write reports. But for the last 6 months, they told me she's my probation officer. So then when I found out she ain't, then I got to find a new probation officer. Adjourned. No probation officer. It's ridiculous.
Was it like mostly the same people you were dealing with each time, or did it change over the years?
Listen, I had 5 probation officers in 7 months.
What?
Going for parole. That's how corrupt the fucking system is, mate.
They were burying you alive, weren't they?
That's how corrupt the system is.
Yeah.
And it's like when I go probation and I sit there talk nice and respectful, and she turns around and says, you really surprised me. You're nothing like it. You let it throw on you. There's nothing like on the system. You know what I mean? Because there's 2 sides to everything, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a nice side and there's a nice, respectful side. And then there's the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So all they see is the other side. They don't see the good side.
So as you got closer to the gate then, how were you doing psychologically at that point after all those years?
Didn't give a fuck. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
I could have done another 20.
Mm.
It wouldn't. You have to do it.
Did you have visits and stuff helping
of
you
course,
get
I had
through?
people, yeah. I had some good people right around me, mate.
Yeah. My parents used to fly 5,000 miles to come and visit me in Arizona jail. And it's like gold, isn't it? Visits and mail are like gold. Yeah. Really appreciated that.
Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it? It is. It's like.
Yeah, they had my mum outside in the desert, patting her down, sniffer dogs, waiting for hours before they let you in, and then all the strip searches and everything.
Yeah, it's mad. You know what? When I was, this is what the East End's like, right? Certain people, it's like, when I was a kid, I was seeing this girl, right? And it was like old school. You used to take her home on the bus and make sure she got home safe and all that, and her parents. And like she went back in the day. She went her way. I went my way, and all that. And like 40 years later, we catch up. But I know her mum and dad, Pam and Tony. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Pam and Tony, soon as they know where I am or what, they had my back straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sent me some money, come and see me, anything you need, and all that. Like, these are old people. These are like not old, like they're in their 80s.
Oh, God
But
bless
they're
them.
still got the old school morals. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Listen, there's some good people. So it's just want to put it out there. Pam, Tony, and Little Legs. There's some good people out there. But listen, there's some arseholes out there as well, bro. You know what I mean?
So in the visits in the UK then, did they have any decent vending machine food? Because like where I was at, they had like a burrito and stuff.
Yeah,
way better than the chow.
Yeah, a lot of places now you got like little canteens, like where you got a cup of tea, crisps, chocolate, and all that business. Yeah, there's some good people. You know what I mean? There's some good people out there.
And did you like have a fitness routine?
Yeah, I just used to lie in my bed, smoke a bit. Mate, that's what it was.
You weren't the gym hardly or anything?
No, I used to go gym. I used to do a lot of CV when I felt like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you like,
how many jobs did you have over those years?
Oh, I think I've done it. I've done everything.
What was your favourite?
There's a few. Kitchen is a good job.
Get the extra chow.
But I think one of the best jobs I had was in Bristol. The wing I was on there was like an induction wing. And there was like a little induction room and all that where the screws used to do. They give me a job cleaning that, yeah? But it's where they used to give out the tobacco for the new receptions. so the new receptions would come in and they say to them, do you want a pack of tobacco? And they go, yeah. They give them a pack of tobacco. So I had a job cleaning it, didn't I? So anyway, there was a screw from London, moved to Bristol. But he was high up.
Yeah.
He went, I'm giving you that job. And he said, listen, you know where they are, don't you? I went, yeah. He said, listen, I don't give a shit. He said, don't tear the arse out of it. So every day I just used to cut the packets. The screws tell you, it's sweet.
Do you get a pay for your jobs in UK prison?
I think the highest wage you can get is about 15 quid.
15 quid a week, is that?
Yeah. For kitchen work and all that. Yeah. But the other load of it is like private jails are the best. They pay. They pay better. It's like, but the government ones, if you ain't working, you get £2.50.
Yeah.
And they take £1 for your telly. So you got £1.50. And if someone, see, that's the problem in prison. They don't help people. So if someone ain't getting no visits, ain't got no one out there, and they got to try and survive on £2.50 a week, and then they take £1 out of that, so you got £1.50. So then they go and borrow something. So the next week when they're supposed to pay it back, they've only got £1.50. How are they going to pay it back? Yeah. So it doubles. So the next week they've got £1.50, but hold up a minute, they owe 12 quid. How are they going to pay it? Can't pay it this week. It doubles. So now it's 24 quid. And the poor only gets £1.50 a week. But if you're a smoker or whatever, you're going to say and do anything just to get a smoke, aren't you?
And that, from what I saw, caused the most violence.
Yeah, but listen, jail's like a multi-million-pound business now.
Yeah.
You got the screws bringing carrier bags full of spice. Carrier bags.
Yeah.
Full up with spice. And they give it to someone, they get their 500 quid. So then the dealer will go around with all little bits of paper. They say, there's my bank details, there's my bank details, there's my bank details. Put the money in and I'll give you the shit. So like some of these dealers, they're earning like 2-3 grand a day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Wow. Did you see people acting crazy on Spice?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I've seen it, everything.
Like flopping or jumping around?
Yeah. Smashing their heads open, jumping up and down, laying on the floor.
And did they attack people on it? Did they not know what's going on?
Nah,
just like zombies?
Yeah, just zombies.
Which jail would you say was the most violent out of all of them?
Cat A's.
Cat A's. Is that because the people in there are serious?
Serious shit, yeah.
Because in the lower levels,
You can go and get you can go and get 3 or 4 people to run in a cell
yeah,
and stab someone up 20 times for a tenner.
yeah.
For a tenner.
Yeah. In America, it's like the whites, the blacks, the Mexicans, the Mexicans. It's all racially divided.
Yeah,
But it's not like that here, is it?
No. They try and keep all the gangs separate.
Yeah.
It don't work.
Did you see anyone get jugged?
I've seen people. What was it? We were sitting in a place in a jail, and there was this nonce, big black geezer. Yeah, when I say big, he was massive, sitting down watching the telly on the landing like that, doing his own program. Big, like he would have ripped your head off. So geezer's gone upstairs to the kitchen, because we had kitchens on the landings where we used to do cooking and all that. Big saucepan, boiling hot oil in a bowl. Walked up behind him and poured the boiling fat and all that over his head. And his skin was going. Just big bubbles coming out everywhere.
Bloody hell. Aren't they supposed to like put them in their own prisons, the people who do that?
But listen, there's so many of them now. They've got their own jails, mate.
Yeah.
They've got their own prisons now.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, you heard like 3 or 4, it might come in the paper or so. Now they've got prisons that take thousands of people just for nonsense.
Sickening, isn't it?
Yeah, come on, mate.
And they get little slaps on the wrist, don't they? They don't even do hard time.
No, because listen, the judges, the judges, they're more in sex cases than the sex cases.
Can you imagine?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
3 years, 28 months, and all that.
Yeah.
But the judges up there sitting up there in stocking suspenders, the geezer, you know what I mean?
Look at Savile, he got away with it until he died.
Corrupt.
It's like the establishment protected him.
Come on, you tell me the police didn't know about him.
Totally knew about him, yeah.
Totally knew about him.
He was doing a weekly lunch club for him.
You know, listen, they had the keys to Broadmoor. He was up there groping all the patients.
Yeah, and he was a Freemason, wasn't he? Because if you look at his funeral, the Freemasons were there, and they put the coffin at an angle and everything. Do you think the Freemasons were involved in the Essex Boys case?
Do you know what? I don't know, mate. It's I don't know. There's a lot of skullduggery gone on there. With the. But there's a lot of criminals.
Yeah.
A lot of criminals that are part of a lodge, the Freemasons Lodge, where police officers are members of the lodge.
In Essex?
In London, whatever.
Yeah.
And these top hole bill send messages through the criminal world. Watch this. They've got a team out looking for you. We've got this. We've got that. So they're wising you up of what's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much bent old bill out there. It's unbelievable. And you know what it is? They try and suck up to the villains. No, like heavy villains.
Yeah.
They work their way in. They do them a little favour and all that, and then they start getting looked after. And then if there's an investigation going on about a certain villain, then the whole bill will turn up and say, look, they've got a case on, they're looking at you, shut shop, blah, blah. It happens all the time.
Do you think some of these cops get gangsteritis? They're like hanging out with the gangsters and then they want to be tough guys?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because to catch a villain, you've got to become a villain.
Mm.
You've got to know all the ways of a villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they become sort of villains with a badge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it works. They got a license to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And no one can say about it.
Yeah.
And it's wrong. It's wrong.
Can you take us through the day of your release?
Yeah, I got out. Got picked up outside a prison up north, up near Blackpool. Got out, just got in the car, stopped at one of them roadside station places, cup of coffee, bit of chicken, then back to London. I had to be at a probation hostel by like 2:00, sign in and all that, sign on, camera and everything.
Did the world look different?
Tag,
Did the world look different to you?
GPS on my ankle and everything. The world. Expensive. It's expensive, mate. I was shocked. Because when you've been used to a couple of quid a week, now all of a sudden you come out and you've got like 400 or 500 quid in your pocket, you think, no. It's like £1 million because you got no, what's the word? You got no thing about money because you ain't had money for 20 odd years. You ain't spent no money. You don't know the prices. Now all of a sudden you're out in the big wide world and you got no respect for money.
Did you try and buy a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I went in a coffee shop, didn't I? And I said to the bird behind the counter, I said, "Can I have a coffee, love?" She said, "Yeah, what would you like?" I said, "Coffee, love." She went, "No, what would you like?" I said, "What do you mean, what do I like?" I said, "I want a cup of coffee." She said, "No, do you want a flat white? You want a latte? You want sprinkles?" I said, "Listen, don't drive. Just give me a coffee." And she went, "It's $3.90 or something like that it was." I said, "What?" She said, £3.90. I said, "What, for a cup of coffee? You get a fucking jar for that?" Yeah, mate. Listen, it shocks you, the price of things. And yeah.
What about technology? Because I remember when I came back.
Oh, listen, I ain't got a clue.
I saw everybody with the phones on the streets.
No, I ain't got a clue. My pal sent me a message the other day on WhatsApp. You know where they press the mic thing and talk?
Yeah.
And then you press the thing and you listen to them.
Yeah.
Well, the message, I started talking to a message. I started talking to a message. Yeah, I ain't got a clue about technology at all.
Yeah. It does take a lot of getting used to.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, who's going to employ me? Come on.
So, Billy, you know, the viewers have been sat here watching you now for 2 hours listening to your story. And do you feel that, you know, you've set the record straight? Are you happy? Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the people watching this?
Just don't listen to bullshit, you know what I mean? That's why the truth will always come out in the end, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, these police officers, yeah, they've spent years nicking people, destroying people's lives. As a criminal, they're destroying people. Thinking as a criminal, they're destroying criminals' lives and their families because it's different worlds. But now when they retire, they still want to make money off of criminals. And they're talking shit and trying to come up with these, that press play and listen to the statement of Jasper talking. Let me press play. And I'm laughing because I know for a million percent it's not me. So these old people, let alone like what's name, they're fucking me up because some people might believe it and think we need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
That's the life I was in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got to think that way.
Yeah.
As well. So the shit they're doing, it's not just bugging me, it's putting me in danger.
Yeah.
Because it is an absolute complete lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, let me tell you something. If I made a statement, I say, yeah, I made a statement, what are you going to do about it? But that's not the case. That's not the case. I made a little statement to get their what's name, and now for over the years, they've added all their little bits on to try how a criminal would make the picture look. The police are doing the same to make a picture look good. But in the meantime, they're supposed to care about public people and not put them in danger. Do they care about me, what they're saying? They don't give a shit. Do you think they give a shit if I went and got shot in the head? They won't give a shit. But the lies that they're making up on these videos, listen, what it was over, it's over the Brinks Map money. Hold on a minute. these stories, some of them are coming out with, these villains and criminals know for a fact that I ain't got a clue about their business, that criminal's business. So how can I say to old Bill, yeah, well, he got it done because he owed him thousands of... The people that matter to me know for a fact that I never knew. So like, I couldn't say about other people's business. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So these old Bill are just adding their little bits on, because they listen, I've had dealings with them and I've proper pissed them off. They've spent millions on cases and I've just gone in and crashed the case. Said, no, not him, no, not me, no, blah, blah, blah. So don't you think they get pissed off? So now it's payback. So it's been me against them over the years. See what I can get away with, Now it's their turn. So now they're fabricating their little lies to fit their little scenario. But it's not the case. So basically, let's get a writing expert. Let's get a writing expert. And you produce this so-called statement that I wrote. I will bet you £1 million that it's not my handwriting. And it's not even anything to do with me. About he sat in a cell and wrote a statement. Absolute bullshit, mate. Absolute bullshit. And then you get the interviews. Oh, this is Jasper having an interview. Come on.
I see people all the time quoting police reports as if they're gospel. Like the police don't just write whatever they want in their police reports.
It's crazy, mate. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they get away with it. And they can get away with it.
Because there's no consequences. Yeah.
But listen, let me say something. They're not police officers anymore. So basically, I could treat them as Joe Public. So if they piss me off, I'm going to visit Joe Public. I'm not going to visit a police officer. So now I can challenge him as Mr. Joe Public. But it's their pals you got to worry about. Because you think about it, right? I piss them off. I'm walking down the road. Oh, we see him, we stopped him. He had that on him. A gun or a knife. It's a 5-year minimum recall. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, it happens. I've seen it happen. I've known it happen. They fit people up. Listen, they're arseholes, mate. But it's coming to the point where I'm getting so, what's the word? I'm getting so pissed off with it. I'll set the record straight. If you want to listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. If you've got something to say, come and say it and we'll deal with it. If you ain't got the arsehole, shut your mouth and stop chatting shit. And stop trying to make money on my back. You know what I mean? And stop talking about me over your stupid podcast and saying, oh, he's dead. And my little girl's listening to it, yeah? And then he comes back on and says, oh, no, my bad. What's that? Like, my bad. He's not dead. He's still alive. Who the f*** are you to say that? Could you say that to my face? 1,000,000% no. 1,000,000% can't do it. Because they know the consequences, Shaun, you know what I mean? They know the consequences. And because I'm quiet and I ain't bounced back at them, I think some of them think I'm a f***ing idiot. So far from an idiot. So far from an idiot.
Well said, Billy, and thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think, and also look out for our podcast with Sasha, who was the barmaid at Raquel's on the night that Leah Betts sadly died. All right, nice one, Billy. Thank you, man.
Sweet,
well done. Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the podcast. There's another Attwood Family Shutters Factory video. Link in the description box on YouTube.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye. See you. Bye. If you want beautiful shutters that block out nosy neighbours, you can get a 10% discount using promo code Shaun, SHAUN. Link and number to call, Shutters Factory in the description box.